Life often feels like we're waiting for something to change, hoping for the next big breakthrough, or searching for something outside of us to make things feel right. But what if we started living right now? What if the key to everything we're searching for is hidden in the present moment? The power of spiritual growth lies in our ability to control our reaction. We can't always control the circumstances, the external circumstances, but we can control how we respond to them. Who we are today is shaped by how we react to our thoughts and emotions. When we change our reaction to life, when we stop letting negative thoughts define us, we change our entire experience. I used to be overwhelmed by my thoughts, feeling trapped in worrying about the outcomes, the negativity. And I meditate. I have a few meditation videos here, but meditation is all about observing our thoughts without judgment. It's not about trying to get rid of them. But I realized that the problem wasn't the thoughts themselves, it was my reaction to them. The more I focused on trying to eliminate something, the more it consumed me. The resistance allowed it to persist. And it's like the idea that when we focus too much on one thing, we lose sight of everything else around us. And the same goes for how we see ourselves. If we only focus on the things we dislike about ourselves, we miss all the things that are worthy of appreciation. This kind of outlook prevents us from flourishing. It's only when we step back and stop judging ourselves that we can truly be who we're meant to be. I'm not saying that there was a specific moment where everything clicked. Growth is a continuous process, but the shift came when I began to give myself permission to ask the question, who am I? I took time for myself, time to isolate, sit with my emotions, my conditionings, my perspectives. And it wasn't just about sitting with them, but observing them. And I was always choosing gratitude. We must remember it's very important to always choose gratitude. And that exposes what does not serve us. There's a certain peace that comes from simply being present, not overthinking or doubting, but just fully existing in the moment. And this is something a lot of people avoid: solitude. I think we fear being alone with our thoughts because we mistakenly believe that they define us. But as I spend more time alone, I realize that solitude doesn't mean being alone with negativity. And I think that's why a lot of folks avoid being alone. It means being alone with the truth of who you are, without the noise, without the distraction or the outside influences. And from that place, you find clarity. We all change. We're always growing, evolving, shedding old layers of who we thought we were. And that's a beautiful thing. But to love yourself truly is to love who you are in the process, not just at the beginning or at the end of your journey, but in every moment of change. Growth isn't about reaching perfection. It's about appreciating every step you take on your way there. We waste so much time being anxious about what could happen, what others think of us, or how we relate to the world around us. But in doing so, we forget ourselves. We forget to show up being authentically us. I struggled with this myself, especially when it came to sharing myself with others. Well, here I am, and you're the one that I come to meet. I held back for a long time, afraid of how I would be received. But vulnerability is the best measure of courage. I heard that somewhere. Don't remember where I heard that, but when I heard it, it resonated. And it's not so much about sharing your business, but sharing your beauty. The most important validation comes from within. That is the validation that really matters. When I create these videos or a piece of writing, I like to write. I've discovered that writing for me allows me to express more. But I do it for me. And when I'm proud of it, that's enough. That is enough. If you relate, then that's a beautiful thing. Appreciate what you create. Appreciate what you build, what you've accomplished. When you do that, you honor yourself. This journey of spiritual awakening is ongoing. It's an ongoing process. And I don't have all the answers. I don't know what comes next or what the end looks like. But what I know for certain is the first step is to go all the way. Go all the way. Fully commit to your journey and start living for you. If you're waiting for permission or maybe the perfect moment to arrive, know that that will never come. The time is now. The moment you decide to embrace all of you, you begin to discover who you truly are and to love yourself just as you are in the present. That is when everything begins to shift. Trust that the universe has a way of guiding you towards what you need, even when the path isn't always clear for you. The universe has your back. It may not happen exactly how you expected, but it will happen. I think a lot of us forget that we are the creators of our own experience. We feel like life happens to us like we're just waiting for a situation or circumstances that we can't control to happen. But we have the power to shift our reality, the way we think, the way we feel, the way we perceive the world directly shapes how we experience it. You are in the world, but not of the world, if that makes sense. Your inner world matters the most. The world doesn't have to be something we react to. It can be something we create, the space you create for yourself. This is where spirituality becomes real. It's not about rituals, how often you perform a ritual or a mantra or anything. And there's nothing wrong with if you have a practice, but it's about recognizing that you are one with the energy that flows through us and around us. Spiritual growth is about remembering that we have the ability to manifest our lives through our thoughts, actions, and intention. It's about stepping into your power and aligning your energy with the highest version of yourself. So when you recognize who you are, things begin to happen naturally for you. You might think that life is not working in your favor right now, but once you align with who you truly are, that alignment, that shift creates this flow and things begin to happen for you. The moment you start embracing who you truly are without fear, without doubt, you step into a place of power. And this power isn't about controlling others or manipulating situations. It's about creating the life you desire from a place of love and peace and intuition, that inner knowing. When you give yourself permission to truly show up for yourself, to invest in yourself, and to align with your highest purpose, everything begins to fall into place. And I trust that. I trust that. I know this process can feel uncomfortable at times. That spiritual awakening journey can feel uncomfortable because it's exposing some things about ourselves that we may not want to see, that we've been avoiding. But it's important to remember that discomfort ignites growth in some way. And you may not see it because you're expecting it to happen how you want it to happen. But it does happen. It ignites growth. Change isn't always easy, but it's necessary for progress. Don't let fear or resistance hold you back. The universe is always working in your favor, but it's up to you, it's up to us to take the first step. Feel fear if you must, but go all the way in with yourself. And remember this, you are the only person who will be with you every step of the way. That's very important. So be the person you need most right now. Celebrate your existence. Don't fear it. Celebrate your uniqueness. The world is afraid of uniqueness, although it is all around us. So you be your biggest supporter. Push yourself when you need to, but also give yourself grace. Spiritual growth has no destination. It's infinite. It's a continuous journey. But if you're willing to take the first step, trust that the path will unfold in front of you, one step at a time. By going all the way, you show up for yourself completely and authentically. You've got everything you need inside of you. And now is the time to let that power shine through. If you've made it this far in listening, I truly hope you are doing well. And if you're going to do it, really go all the way in with yourself. Thank you, and thank you for listening.